Good morning, afternoon, and evening, YouTube. It's your boy Ronan5321. Please call me Ronan for short. And we are back with another YouTube video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. So I've been thinking about this video for the past couple of weeks, ever since Pathfinder got his nerf slash, we're going to call it quality of life change. Yeah. My most viewed video as of now has been the Bloodhound vs. Crypto video, which has like almost 115 views, which is actually impressive. I made that video a couple of like month and some change ago. I was just bored, and I was trying out Bloodhound after Bloodhound's non-binary. After Bloodhound got buff, that's gonna be confusing. Okay, anyway, and it's been like monstrous ever since. And then Bloodhound recently got a nerf, making it the tactical recharge time in the ult 8 seconds from 6 seconds, which I believe is fair, because you have 4 seconds of them knowing where you are, and then you have 4 seconds of you being able to relocate, which is 100% fair. It's perfect, and it's like one of the first few nerfs Bloodhounds ever had to get. But besides that, as you can see, I have a Pathfinder gameplay, which I don't normally play. The next 2 gameplays you're going to see are going to be a Bloodhound gameplay and Crypto gameplay in that order. But throughout of this, I'm just going to... I actually made a script for this video, which is hilarious because I don't like writing scripts because it takes a second. But I want to make sure I do this video right. So I'm going to categorize each legend by 5 categories. Whoa. No, sorry. I'm going to put each legend in the 5 categories, and I'm going to rate them out of 10. I don't know why I couldn't say that properly. So the first category is going to be movement, because Apex is a strong movement-based game. The second one's going to be offensive. The third one's going to be defensive. The fourth one's going to be versatility. And the 8th one is going to be teamwork. I think all of these are really important in the game of Apex, because some legends have better offensive, some legends have better defensive, and while some legends are extremely versatile, they're not always good in the moment. And teamwork is, Apex is very respected and very most important asset of the game. And with that said, let's get started. So first things first, we're going to go to Pathfinder. We're going to go to Pathfinder's movement. Now Pathfinder's recent quality of life, making it, how do I say this? Whenever, so the cooldown is now based upon how much energy the grapple uses. That's the perfect way to say it. If you have a really bad grapple or you mess up your grapple, it'll go immediately to 10 seconds. If you have a semi-okay to intermediate grapple, it'll go 25 seconds. If you have a really fat, really big grapple, it'll go max out 35 seconds. And this actually allows for a little bit of skill. Let's say you're only trying to get height and you don't need a fat grapple, you can grapple up, it'll take like 15 seconds for it to recharge. Now, as you can see, if you want to do a fat grapple like mine, actually that wasn't even that fat, it was only like 20 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about the skill. So, you know, if you want height, it'll be a short grapple. If you want distance, it'll be a long grapple. That's made it very interesting. And then Pathy's ultimate, his grappling gun, is interesting to get around because you can move your whole team around. However, you still get shot at. So for this, we're going to put his movement, out of 10, it's going to be 8.5. I was thinking about giving him a 9, but he's not as good as he used to be. And with the nerf to ziplines they did in Season 4, I believe it was, where you can only bounce a certain number of times, it indirectly nerfed Pathfinder as well. Now, offensively, we're going to talk about how the grapple can easily get him into the fight, and if you do it correctly, he can get out of the fight. Now, that was what Pathfinder was really good at, like, Season 1, Season 2, like, before he got nerfed in Season 5. That was Pathfinder's most powerful asset, being able to get into a fight, get at least 2 knocks, and then get out immediately. He was really good at that. But with the nerf, you couldn't do that anymore. And if you're just learning how to play Pathfinder, if you get a bad grapple, you gotta wait a whole 35 seconds for it to recharge. So, with that said, his ultimate, same thing. You can get the whole team in the middle of a fight, and due to location of certain maps like Meltdown and King's Canyon, you can get into very easy places. Like Wraith's teleport, sure, it's really good, and you get to avoid damage, but it's wherever Wraith can reach, and Wraith can't really reach high places. And the distance, I believe, on Pathfinder's grapple gun is much, much longer than Wraith's port. And you can get higher and in weird spots, much easier than this port. So for Pathfinder, because it can be really simple to get a whole team in and out, or just for Pathfinder to get in and out nowadays, I'd give Pathfinder an 8 out of 10. Now defensively is going to be the same thing. Pathfinder can get out of that fight just as fast as he got in it, or if you're trying to run away, he can just fat grapple and just woof, as far away as possible. It's the same thing with the zipline. Let's say a team, they're being pushed and they're stuck in a house, and the only way to get out is up. You can't get out up with the Wraith. No, Wraith can only go straight, left, right, whatever. But with Pathfinder, he can go up, he can go diagonal, he can go anywhere that a teammate can't reach unless they have a Pathfinder themselves. Now the only downside to this is that you can still get shot at as Pathfinder. So it's not bad, but it's pretty decent. I give defensively Pathfinder an 8. Now for versatility, Pathfinder can really only do, let's see, get into a fight, get out of a fight, transport, and recon beacons. Now as a solo legend, that's not that bad. He can get in, out, relocate himself, and find out where the next ring is. That's so. And with the zipline, he can travel great distances pretty fast. So realistically speaking, he's pretty good versatility for himself. And for that, as a versatile legend, I'll give him a 7. However, in the teamwork department, the only thing that really makes Pathfinder a teamwork player is his passive to scan survey beacons, which also gives him a little 10-second decrease to his grapple guns, which I think, in regards to that, with his versatility, sorry, I just went to teamwork. I need to go back to versatility real quick. I forgot to mention this. They should change Pathfinder's passive. Sure, all Recon legends get a survey beacon scan, but that used to be Pathfinder's thing. Pathfinder needs to have his own unique passive, again, at least, because that kind of took away from what made Pathfinder really good. That's like another indirect nerf to Pathfinder. But anyway, to the teamwork aspect. So Pathfinder can really be useful. Let's say you're trying to get a res off, the nearest res beacon is like all the way, let's say if you're in King's Canyon and you're trying to get from Train Yard all the way to Thermal Station, you can just put a zip line into that little section between and just take the nearest jump tower all the way over there. But with teamwork, with simple planning, you can figure out the next ring, you can get there really fast, you can stay there, or you can push into a fight. If it looks a little healthy, you can use the same zipline to get out of a fight. That's also a cool thing about Pathfinder's ultimate, is that it's it's an infinite ult. You can't destroy it. Which, yeah, like you can't, Watson's, dang. Oh, Pylon. I forgot the name. Wow. Watson's Pylon now has a timer and can still be destroyed. Pathfinder's grapples or ziplines? No. Can't be destroyed. They're perfectly infinite. And then, like I said earlier, defensively, he can get out of the fight. He can scan the respawn beacons like all the other survey beacons. So for teamwork, I give him an 8. You know, Pathfinder can be a really good team legend. So I have no regards to that. And since it's 5 categories out of 10, it's going to average up, all of it's going to equal to 50. So for Pathfinder, I have a total score of 39.5. I don't know if I said 8.5 for his movement, but I was going to give him a 9, but just because, I might have said this already, but just because he's not as good as he used to be, and ziplines aren't as good as they used to be, I didn't want to give Pathfinder an 8, because his movement is practically better than most legends, realistically speaking, but it's not as good as it used to be, so I gave him 8.5. Now on to the next legend. We're going to go to Bloodhound. Okay, now Bloodhound is a very interesting legend. Bloodhound didn't get buffed until recently, like Season 5, Season 6 recently. And so far, the buffs have been good. I think, which I have never played Bloodhound as much as I did at the moment. Like, if you see my Bloodhound stats now, I had just started playing Bloodhound Season 6. Like, it's actually kind of funny. And with that said, Bloodhound in the beginning still had the, what was it, 25-second scans, I believe? Excuse me. And Bloodhound was a fun legend overall. I remember when I first started playing, I was trying to figure out what legend I enjoyed. And I think Bloodhound was quite interesting, but for some reason I just didn't get too attached to it. No, just didn't seem right. But anyway, yes, so Bloodhound now her ultimate recharges every 180 seconds or 3 minutes. Pathfinder's 2 minutes, not bad. And for what Bloodhound does while in her ultimate is actually really good. So Bloodhound's Beast of the Hunt goes 35 seconds, and depending on how much time is left and when you get the knock on how much time is left, you get more time added to the Beast of the Hunt. So let's say you're, under 10 seconds or under 5 seconds and you get a knock, you get a bonus 15 seconds. If it's you just started and you already got a knock, you get a bonus 5 seconds. And then the nerf that Bloodhound recently got, which I believe is fair, is that while in Beast of the Hunt, originally, you get a 6-second recharge time on your tactical. They changed it from 6 seconds to 8 seconds. Now this, I actually respect. I didn't think about it like this, but Bloodhound had straight wall hacks every 6 seconds. And Bloodhound, a part of that tactical is that not only do you get a long reach distance, or not only can you see how, the units, I believe Bloodhound's units for that tactical is roughly 3,000 instead of 1,000 like it used to be. So not only can you see extremely far, but you could do it really fast, and you can see them for at least 4 seconds. Now the thing about it was, if you're scanning every 6 seconds, you only get 4 seconds to see where they are, but your opposition only gets 2 seconds to reposition themselves. Realistically, that's not fair, which I respect. So in changing it to 8 seconds, you get to see them for 4 seconds, and then they get to relocate for 4 seconds, which is pretty decent. And that means you have to keep scanning them over and over and over again. So, with that said, back to the scripts. Yeah, I know I just regurgitated a bunch of stuff. Now, for movement. Now, Bloodhound's only movement-based ability is the ultimate. So normally, if you don't have a movement-based ability, I would just put you at a 5. Part of me wants to say 6, only because a good player can have really good movement with a legend that doesn't have movement-based abilities. But to be 100% fair in terms of ranking, any legend that doesn't have a movement-based ability will get a base movement of 5. If you're a really good player, it shoots up to about 6 or 7. But just for the casuals like myself, movement is going to be a base 5. They can move as much as the normal legend without any perks. However, because Bloodhound's ultimate gives that 30% boost, I put movement up to a 7. Because if you're in the middle of a fight and you get consecutive knocks, as long as you're in the ult, you'll get more time, and then you can essentially use it for the entirety of the fight. So Bloodhound's movement goes up to a 7. Now in terms of offensively, I believe Bloodhound is strong in the offensive department. Bloodhound, with the ult, can get scans in multiple fights. You can get multiple scenarios, you can track people. The scans reach 3,000 units, they can reach really far. For your team, that's invaluable information they can use to push. And then let's say they can get a knock, you can flank and then just keep scanning. Now, if you don't have the ult, that's not so bad. You get to relocate, you get to see what's going on. But in terms of just pushing a full fight, just being absolutely aggressive, if you have a smart team, or just good teammates in general, and you're coordinating that, Bloodhound can just be a straight monster. Bloodhound's already a monster, but a good team with that ult and that 8-second recharge, 8-second scan time, straight beast. So I gave Bloodhound a 9 in offense. Not a perfect 10, because Bloodhound can easily be defeated. Any legend can easily be shot down if you can catch him. But Bloodhound, just in terms of pure aggression, offensive aggression, a 9. However, defensively was tricky for me, because Bloodhound only has scans. Scans give you information. Now you can use this information to be defensive. Let's say you're pulling up on a new location and you use the scan to see how many are in range, and then you decide to use that to run away. Or let's say you're getting chased and you use Bloodhound's ult to run away as well. The only thing that could catch up to you theoretically would be a Pathfinder grapple or an Octane on stim and jump pad. So, with that said, since Bloodhound doesn't really have that many defensive qualities, I gave Bloodhound a 6. In terms of versatility, Bloodhound can scan survey beacons and can scan the area and track people. So, along with that, Bloodhound doesn't really do a lot. I don't really know what else to say. She can res Bloodhound can res like the normal legend. Bloodhound can do things like the normal legend. All Bloodhound really has is the scans, the survey beacons, the ult, which can recharge. But in terms of versatility, mainly an aggressive legend, I would like to say. For the record, this is all my opinion, so no one, you know, if you want to discuss, we can discuss, leave it in the comments below. So for versatility, I gave Bloodhound a 6. You know, Bloodhound's not a bad legend, I just believe with the abilities that she has, she's mainly good for aggression. Now, for teamwork, when I was discussing offensive tactics, I gave Bloodhound a 9. So when it comes to teamwork, if you use the ult correctly, and if you have a really good team if you have a really good team working with you, then you should be fine. But most of the time, you're not going to get good teammates unless you're grouping. So for Bloodhound, I gave teamwork a 7 out of 10. And with all that said, her average points are 35 out of 50. And on to my main, the next legend, who I will not have bias for, I promise, Crypto. So this is my main. My dog Crypto has come a very long way from Season 3. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it was Crypto's cool ninja-like character that caught my attention. Maybe it was just the fact that he can do more things than the average legend. But enough of all of that. I'm gonna try and not make this video as long as it needs to be, and let's get to it. So, when you heard me talk about movement, Crypto will not be an exception. I'm gonna try to leave as much bias out as possible, but I have to be honest with myself, and I have to talk about what makes Crypto really good. Crypto is not a movement-based legend like Bloodhound. However, Crypto does not have any movement abilities, and as I said, under pro circumstances, I would give most non-movement based legends a 6 in movement because you can do some pretty crazy things without a movement based ability. However, for an average casual player like me, or slightly above average, but, well no, average player, let me stop, yeah, average player like me, I give Crypto a 5. A pure, honest 5. With no movement based abilities, I have to be honest, I can't really do much with movement, except for the normal wall jumps, crouches, and all that craziness. I give Crypto a 5. Now, offensively, Crypto, whew, man, okay, so offensively speaking, Crypto is like Bloodhound. I'm gonna say, I believe Bloodhound is better than Crypto offensively, but with the potential of an infinite scan, so to speak, the drone cannot see through walls, but the drone can be planted in an area of good view. And if your opposition is distracted by gunfire, they will not be focused on the drone unless that's the first thing they see. If that's the first thing they see, then your drone is gone and you have to wait a full 40 seconds for the drone to recharge and come back, which is fair because the drone can do a lot. But anyway, with the recent with the recent changes to the drone, because originally it was oh my god, when Crypto first came out, the drone was 1 health, which was annoying. It was really annoying. Then they changed it to 30 health, but then there was a glitch where the drone would last way longer than it should have. So then as of now they gave it 60 health, but they made the hitbox a little bit bigger so it could actually be destroyed, and they fixed the glitch. Anyway, so with that said, Crypto's EMP is probably, I'm not going to say the most defensive ultimate, because I want to say, when I'm talking about offense, I'm talking about the ability to push and the ability to be aggressive. The thing about the ultimate, which I do hate, was that ever since the Wraith Rev Crypto thing happened in Season 5, they nerfed the EMP to where teammates get stunned. Personally speaking, I don't think that should happen. I personally don't like that, only because your teammates don't need to be stunned. I can understand Crypto himself being EMP'd and being stunned, which makes sense, because whoever gets hit loses 50 shield damage and gets stunned. Originally, everybody loses 50 shield damage and gets stunned, which kind of sucks, because let's say a squad just immediately third parties you and you try to self EMP, everybody loses damage, and the people that have the advantage are the ones shooting first. Now with that said, with careful planning and a good setup, Crypto can easily have an 9 offensive. But let's be real here, Crypto is a fairly hard legend to use and to get used to. I've been maining Crypto since Season 3, like literally since Season 3. So I'm used to it. So I give him an 8. Part of me wants to decrease it because the average casual is not going to pick up Crypto. But once you get used to him, Crypto's offensive ability is an 8. You know, if you destroy the drone, it's 40 seconds. The EMP comes back every 3 minutes. The drone can sit in one spot and just scan forever if they don't destroy it. So that's potentially infinite scans. You know, it's just nothing really like that. Now, defensively, this one's tricky. I wanted to say 7. I wanted to say 8. Oh, if you guys hear rain, yeah, sorry about that. It's raining on my side, but that's okay. So yeah, so with the 8, oh, did I just spoil it? Okay, yeah. Well, so I gave defensive an 8, but I want to say 7, because Crypto's defensive is his EMP. If you're being chased, you can essentially throw the drone out, run a little bit farther, and then just EMP, and then they get slowed down a little bit, as long as your teammates are out of the EMP range. That's kind of it, most of the time. Okay, yeah, I'm still reading my notes. Along with the offensive, I just realized why I gave an 8. Because Crypto can scan banners, and it'll tell you and your teammates how many squads are in joint range. I think the value of that information is just pretty good, because that's an offensive and defensive tactic. Defensively, you can go up to an area, and Crypto's drone range is 200 meters, like 200 meters, and I think his view from the top is 30 meters, something like that, little more, little less, not 100%. But yeah, Crypto's drone, when you scan banners, it literally says within 200 meters within the drone. So sure, that is a little tricky. You know, they could be behind you 200 meters, they could be above you 200 meters, they could be across from you 200 meters. But at the same time, if you're gonna push a fight and you scan the drones and there's like 4 squads in range, would you really do it? Would you want to do it? Unless you knew where some of them were? You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. So with that, I give Crypto an 8. I believe as a Recon legend, that is the main goal of Recon. A better ability than Pathfinder and Bloodhound. Now, versatility. And as much as I try to keep as much as I don't want bias for Crypto, I cannot. I have to say this. Versatility. Crypto is a 10 out of 10 in this category. I'm gonna give you a list of things that Crypto can do with his one tactical. Okay, with his one tactical. With just one tactical that recharges every 40 seconds, Crypto can scan banners to see how many squads are in range, scan survey beacons to get the next ring, pick up respawn banners. Pick up respawn banners immediately if you aim it right. Revive using the drone in an instant. Regular respawn beacons take, 5 seconds, and then portable respawn beacons take about 7 seconds. Crypto's drone can do that in an instant. What else can he do? He can EMP, and he has infinite potential when it comes to seeing people. It's versatility. Crypto, this is going to be an opinion, a hard opinion, but I have enough evidence to support this opinion. Crypto is the most versatile legend in this game, but that does not make him the best. I have to stress that enough in the Bloodhound vs Crypto video. Just because a legend can do many things doesn't mean he's really good. What's that quote from Bruce Lee? I do not fear the man that practiced 10,000 kicks, but I fear the man that practiced one kick 10,000 times. That's exactly what Crypto is. Crypto is good, is pretty good with different things, but he does not specify in one specific category. That's the hit or miss with Crypto. And if Crypto's drone gets destroyed, you kind of lose everything that makes Crypto good. So, in relevance to that, versatility, and just pure versatility at its core definition, Crypto gets a 10. Crypto's drone can do way many things. Crypto's just he can do more things than the average legend. Crypto can do 7 to 8 different things, and most legends can do 3 to 4. That's just how I see it. Now, teamwork-wise, now Crypto is a strong team legend. It's hard to solo lobby as Crypto. You know, you'd think it'd be easy because you have the EMP, you have the information, and you kind of can. You know, I'm not the good player. Like if I see Matchin or Spooky, those guys are really good. They could probably solo a whole lobby by themselves and just get good. You know, I'm still trying to figure out my shot. However, because Crypto can make or break with the team, I believe Crypto is a strong 8 for teamwork. Crypto can be your best friend or it can be your worst nightmare, and that just goes for any legend. So with that said, Crypto averages at a 39 out of 50, Pathfinder averages at a 39.5, and Bloodhound averages at a 35 out of 50. With all of that said, I really hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to see more like this, please let me know in the comments, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace!